how's it going? I hope you guys are doing pretty well. It's been a long time. So, I love that I pulled the fire element right as I was starting. That's dope. Especially since right now is the new moon in Leo. So, extra fiery energy combining with your energy. Let's see how that is, how that's going to affect you personally, what you can expect, all that fun stuff. Alright, we have Pleiadians. Unconditional love, excitement, and laughter. This doesn't feel like your current energy. This is kind of the energy that you're trying to get. But it does feel like you are in more optimistic energy. Like you're seeing the brighter side of things. So I'm going to use my Muse Tarot deck because I feel like the energy just matches, you know? It's got that very bright, very fun energy, I guess. Lighthearted. So let's see. Usually this card comes up when there's something to be excited about, you know? So let's see what that is. Whether it's love, career, movement in your life, you know, revelations you're having. Let's find out. I dropped one. There we go. Okay. So I see in your recent past, you had kind of an experience with some very closed-minded individual or individuals. With the Page of Swords, this is like somebody who's very critical, judgmental, jealous even. This is somebody who is just kind of showing up in a shitty energy, right? And I feel that this is somebody that you dealt with in your recent past. With the Awakening in reverse, this is like somebody that you still feel is very much asleep, right? Somebody who you feel has a very narrow point of view or isn't open-minded. It's like there could be like some kind of snide energy with this individual. Like, and I feel that intuitively you felt this, right? Somehow, however you went through that situation or the way that you handled that, it's leading you toward this, right? This is the sun energy. This is Leo energy. We're in the new moon in Leo. But this is a card of illumination, right? Awakening. Very opposite energy of the energy you were dealing with in your recent past. And this is really connecting to your higher knowing, right? Really reacting out, or not reacting, responding from like contemplating the best way you can handle certain situations and certain people. I see that you've come very far, right? And in your energy, this also talks about being lighthearted, childlike in nature, or like, you know, feeling like you're back in touch with your inner child, feeling like you can enjoy life again, all right? If you ever struggled with that at all, you know, but it definitely feels like you're entering a stage that's not so emotionally demanding. Oh yeah, okay. I see that this year your cutoff game has become pretty strong. With the Queen of Swords, this is air energy, right? Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. But this is the energy you stepped into, right? Where you start cutting people off. You start allowing yourself to exhibit your sharper traits, you know. You really got strong, learned about some boundary setting, right? With the Muse of Wands or the Muse of Inspiration. This is all about feeling divinely guided through the struggles, right? Divinely protected, even. And it makes me think of that scripture in the Bible, no weapon formed against you shall prosper, you know? And that's kind of the energy I'm getting, right? Even with the Queen of Swords, all this air energy around her in that wing, just kind of guarding, protecting, right? I feel that there's a lot of divine protection and a lot of, if your ancestors saw some injustices happening, I see some justice being had in that area, right? But this required you to really develop a strong sense of self. Yeah. Eight of Cups, you've walked away from people, jobs, situations, you know, whether it's romantic or business or whatever, you've had to walk away from things that you've invested a lot of time and energy into, and that could have been pretty stressful. With the Six of Pentacles, it shows me that you're never really alone though. Like you have a support system whether you're aware of it or not. Like there are people looking out for you, even if it's in your new jobs, new friendships, family. It looks like you definitely have people in the material as well that are, looking out for your best interests. We have the Star card, Aquarius energy. Strong Aquarius energy with the Queen of Swords. You could be dealing with an Aquarius or have strong Aquarius placements. But this is the energy of being in the spotlight or allowing yourself to be in the spotlight, right? Learning to have gratitude when you get complimented rather than, being like, like it's really calling you to embody that star energy, to embrace what that means, right? To embrace the fact that there will be challenges and obstacles, but your biggest challenge, your biggest assignment here is to trust the process, right? Like it doesn't matter what's going on around you. If you trust the process and you know inside yourself that everything is working in your favor, it's kind of amazing how that actually plays out. We have Two of Cups. If you're not in union with somebody or some kind of partnership, I feel like you could be getting into that. Usually the Lovers would more imply a business partnership than the Two of Cups. Two of Cups is kind of romantic. So if you're not already in a romantic connection, I do see a potential here for that. It looks like you have like a soul contract coming in, right? With the Nine of Wands in reverse, this is coming in after a long process of healing, right? After a long process of evolution and of self. Got a frog in my throat. Maybe there's something that needs to be said here. With the Hierophant Taurus energy, I see that right now you're in a state of leveling up, progressing, going to the next spiritual, I don't want to say lesson, but that's kind of what it is, right? Good and bad, they're all kind of, they teach us about ourselves, right? They teach us, because we learn we're not our words, we are our actions, we are what our intentions are, and so I feel like you're going to be leveling in that sense, that Like in the way that you're meant to take care of yourself, in the way that you're meant to love yourself and be forgiving of yourself and be open-minded, you're being challenged to do that in the 3D with somebody else, for somebody else, right? And it's because you've mastered so much within yourself. It's because you've done so much of the work and you've done the required sacrifices by walking away from people and things that aren't serving your highest good. And so I feel that your next challenge, good and bad, right? Because regardless of how successful the relationship is, it's going to challenge you in both ways, right? You can't be in a meaningful relationship without it challenging you in both ways. And so I feel like you've built the skill set to overcome anything that you need to. It's just now you gotta walk the walk, you know? Now you gotta put some things into practice that you have learned, that you've developed in your personal philosophy. And you're going to put it into practice through a relationship. Whether you're in that relationship yet or not, like, you're about to put that into practice. We have the Two of Swords in reverse. I feel like this is like your guard coming down a little bit, right? Allowing yourself to be a little emotionally vulnerable, right? And that's a very positive experience. It can be a little scary, right? But that ultimately is a very positive experience. I'm seeing the Nine of Swords, but I'm not seeing it in the negative sense, right? And I'll explain to you, because like when I looked at it, I thought about that quote from this old ass movie called It Takes Two, and it's got Mary-Kate and Ashley, super dope film. Kirstie Alley was in it, loved her. Like, she was such a boss, you know. And anyway, so there's this quote that she said, like, that she won't like settle for like any kind of relationship except for like that reach for the stars, over the moon, World Series kind of stuff, you know. And I feel this energy that there's a little bit of a restlessness to it, like that can't eat, can't sleep, you know, reach for the stars, over the moon. That's how it goes, yeah. And yeah, and I feel that that's this Nine of Swords. Like, if you haven't met them already, you will. And it's like they're going to challenge you in ways that kind of keeps you up at night. It's going to be kind of an emotional volcano, right? It's not really a roller coaster. It's like a volcano because it kind of hits out of nowhere, right? It's like, and when it does, it's like it's gonna be like a revelation inside yourself, you know. With the Four of Cups in reverse, I love this because the Four of Cups in the upright is the card of rejection, right? And so in the reverse, this is the card of acceptance, right? You could be accepting an offer, like a date. You could, or you know, some kind of proposition here, or you could be accepting of the fact that things are going to be changing for you, right? And for the better, right? And the best thing you can do is just not resist, right? There are going to be, like I said, challenges that may not look like the most optimistic thing, but if you can stay optimistic through those and really put your philosophy into practice, you'll notice that your outcomes are actually pretty dope, okay? And also, I know you, Aries, because, like, sometimes you guys get freaked out by, like, emotional connection, and you kind of have a tendency to be a little pessimistic and, like, well, this happened last time, and that happened the time before. And you're also being challenged to not judge the future by the past, right? To give everyone an equal opportunity to show you a different experience rather than just deciding in your head how it's going to play out, rather than just deciding in your head that certain things won't work out, and rather than looking for all the reasons that it won't, start looking for the reasons that it might, right? Because sometimes you guys talk yourselves out of really good connections, all right? Mahakali, you can trust that what is happening now will give way to a new expression when the time is right. That right time will be the best time, when your readiness matches the requirements for success. Attend to your work with determination and hope in your heart. Trust that the divine is taking care of everything else. Like I said, your progress is spiritually protected. By Robbie Yogini. Face your fears, for it is the right time, and you are ready to overcome them. You will be given the power to fulfill your heart's desires. Embrace your path with confidence. Healing around belonging and abundance is taking place within your soul. You are spiritually protected from toxic energies. Recognize your inner divine badass and commit to your dreams with conviction. Chamunda. Knowing what to allow and what to fight for or against requires wisdom. Chamunda is the fearlessness, wisdom, patience, and discipline required to conquer a difficult situation. Chamunda is the power to accomplish what you need and desire. She is with you now. Her presence now portends a truly exceptional breakthrough on your path. And this is what I have for you. Namaste. I love you all, and I will talk to you later.